So what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your man's the Trucking Trader, and we are back with another legendary video. Y'all will not believe what happened to me this morning. I was just recording for the last 20 minutes talking to y'all, or at least I thought I was talking to y'all, just to find out that the screen recorder wasn't even recording. Oh my gosh. So I just essentially wasted so much time. I thought I was giving y'all the gems too. That's the craziest thing. But look, like this video. Subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned. I'm telling y'all, this is going to be a good video. We are going over live price action today. All right, so I have to quickly explain to y'all, because the reason why I went and restarted recording a little bit earlier is because one of the things that I like to do is I don't like to trade the first 30 minutes of the day, right? And the reason why that is because the hourly candle, right? When you're watching that 1 hour candle, it tells you a lot about what you need to know. And it helps you form like a daily bias, you know, it helps you get in the market. It helps you read price action. So one of the things that I always tell everybody is to watch out for the candles, right? So the market has currently been in this little wick right here. All right, now just imagine the midpoint of this wick. The market keeps going above that midpoint, right? And then it rejects a little bit. And then we have this wick right here. I measured this out with my Fibonacci tool. This yellow line is the midpoint of that wick. Okay, notice how price goes right above this yellow line, but it doesn't really touch it. Which makes me believe that at 10 o'clock, if the market starts to move, maybe it's going to want to come down first, take this liquidity out, and then come back up, take this liquidity. If it doesn't take this liquidity up here first, because these blue lines on my chart is where my liquidity is. That's what I'm looking for. Those are the two. Remember, I told you guys in previous videos, you have to be able to identify liquidity. If you don't identify liquidity, then you are liquidity, and that means you're going to lose that trade. Okay, now up here, we have two order blocks. I typically like to put my box, right, this yellow box, I put it on the bodies of these two green candles. I'm going to link ICT's video in the description below about order blocks if y'all want. If y'all haven't seen that already, I'm pretty sure most of y'all have. But for the people that haven't, I'm going to link that and make sure that y'all learn about order blocks, all right? And, you know, this is the 1 hour fair value gap candle right here, this big red candle that broke structure, all right? We had a bunch of lows over here. We had a low right here, swing low, swing low, swing low. This big 1 hour candle came down and broke this structure. So this is why I'm looking for a sell in the first place, because if we go to a higher time frame, you know, it's not really looking like it broke structure, right? Because look at the 4 hour time frame. Now, the reason why I say it don't really look like it broke structure on the 4 hour is because look at this swing low, all right? Do you see a body, right? Do you see a body that closed below this swing low? No, you do not. Same with this swing low over here. We are now on the 4 hour time frame. Do you see a body that closed below this swing low? No, you do not. So on the higher time frames, we see the market is just taking liquidity, right? It took liquidity. It took this liquidity right here. And now we're waiting for the market to come back down and take this liquidity out before it goes back up, right? So it's going to dig deeper into this gap. Remember, two things that ICT says moves the market is gaps in the market and liquidity, right? So these are the two things that we are looking for. It is currently 9:57 a.m. and I just wanted to give y'all a video today of reading live price action. It's going to be a longer video, so if you are here to learn, make sure you stay tuned. Take some notes. I know sometimes I make things maybe a little bit boring, but you know, trading, you have to, it's exciting. I'm not going to say it's boring, but my goal here is to just try to teach as much as I can. So this is the trade right here. See, on the 4-hour, we're in a little bit of a consolidation. But until I see what happens with this 1 hour fair value gap and order block, you know, I think we're going to be coming back down just a little bit. So notice how it's 9:58 and the market is just now starting to make a move. It's just sweat my liquidity right here. Now let's see if it wants to go down and sweep the other liquidity right away. Right, 2 minutes before 10 a.m. So let's see what's going to happen. I am not going to commentate throughout this whole video. Currently, I am trying to do homework and trade at the same time. So I'm going to be watching. And every time something of significance happens, I will try to draw y'all attention to that area. I appreciate everybody who's sticking along with me in this video. I hope that you guys can get something from this video. And the reason why I'm zooming in so much is because I want to pull y'all eyes to everything that's on the chart, right? We have these order blocks. Let me remind y'all one more time, because I know y'all gonna forget the people that's sitting in the back. We got these order blocks right here. We got a big fair value gap. We got liquidity. And we just waiting to see what the market does, right? Because I don't trade until 30 minutes after the market opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. So let's see what happens. This market is moving extremely slow today, man. It almost makes you not even want to trade. It's just a crying shame because, this is like perfect market structure right now. But I think the reason why it's doing this as well is because there's no like red folders for this day. It is currently November the 12th, 2024. And we do have red folder events for tomorrow, but not really anything that's going on today. So let's see, I'm going to drop down to the 1 minute time frame just because if y'all can hear that noise in the back, that's my back massager. I'm trying to do my homework right now while we let the market play out in the back. So even when you drop down to the smaller time frames, you can see the same thing is happening on all time frames. On the 1 minute, we have a little bit of a range right here. We had this liquidity zone that was right here where my little orange bubble was at. We see the market is currently wanting to sweep that liquidity. And let's see if it's going to continue to drop or is it going to go back up. All right. Let's see if it's going to continue to drop or go back up. They're trying to tempt people into taking a counter trend trade, y'all. Because we want to look for a sell, but it's giving you a buy right here. And this is where the market gets tricky for people because I don't know if I can trust this as a sell right now. It did break structure, but I wanted to see it break both of these swing lows. If it broke both of them, I could trust it. But if like it goes in here and it bounced back up, then that was, because I guess what I'm trying to say is this, y'all. This little swing high up here, let's make this yellow. This little swing high is liquidity, right? So the market may want to just go right back up and take this liquidity out. So, you know, sometimes the market does that to you, but this is a much smaller range. It's enough to make points. Don't get it twisted. It's definitely enough to make it a trade if that's what you want to do. But me personally, I don't really know if this is going to try to go down first or go up first. It's really hard for me to tell. You know, it's me personally, I'm only looking for a sell. So that's another thing, right? Try to, you know, trade with the market. We know we got that 1 hour market structure shift on the hourly time frame. So like, yeah, this buy could be tempting, but I would not take this buy right here. You know. Especially knowing that we got the midpoint of our wick down here. That could put the market this way as well, right? It could put the market right to here. So it's hard to know what's going to happen, and that's why I haven't traded. But this is how you read price action, right? We just had this. Let me make this blue. We just had this blue circle. That liquidity was taken. And now we're seeing if it's going to respect this order block, right? On a 1 minute time frame. This yellow zone that I marked out for y'all, we're going to see if it's going to respect that at all or go back up, sweep that liquidity up top where my yellow little circle is. Because these are the type of games that the market play, man. the market is going to always want to play with your emotions. You know, you have to have patience when you're trying to trade this stuff. Notice how the market is making a move. I'm not really anxious to do anything. You know, I've made plenty analysis already, but am I doing something? No, I'm just relaxing. This is how you read price action. All right, so it's looking like we're going to break this low right over here as well. Or is it going to sweep it? Look like it just swept it. Let's see. Let's see if it sweeps it and then go back up. Right, but you see how easy it is to be wrong? And this is why you have to have extreme patience. So what I would do now, I would take this off because I would not refer to this. There's no reason to have that on my chart. Now I'm either looking for it to keep going down into that wick I was just showing y'all, or go back up there and sweep liquidity. That's the only options. It would be perfect if it went back up to sweep the liquidity, because then I can get in the trade. You know, if it goes down first, it's going to like make the trade less, you know, sexy for me at least. So I would prefer to see it go back up there, but the market just turned those guys into liquidity. The people who were trying to make money buying the first time, they just got knocked out the trade. That's essentially what you just saw right there. This is why it's so important to not counter trend trade. Trade with the market. You're going to see more speed and more success when you trade with the market, all right? So if I had to make a bet, I would say it's going to go back up there and sweep that liquidity. Now, the old me, I'm not going to lie. Just because I know it's going to sweep that liquidity, the old me would have wanted to get in this trade. But I'm not doing that anymore, because the market can do all type of choppy stuff and stress you out, even though you know it's eventually going to go up there and sweep that liquidity. And this is why I have to be honest with y'all. When I started studying ICT, you know, it was beautiful because, yeah, I learned how to read the price like never before, but I was still losing because I was reading price too much. You know, in my mind, I'm like, I could take every trade. You know, I can take, if the market goes down, I can take that. If it goes up, I can take that. But now I'm just looking for that one good trade that allows me a very good risk to reward. I can make, you know, maybe, I can risk a 0.25% and maybe make 1%, or risk a 0.5% and maybe make, you know, 2%. So just really good risk to rewards. So this is when, if you're looking at everything on a 1 minute time frame as a new ICT student, right? This is when you're going to take the loss, right? Because you're going to put your fib right here. Then you're going to say, wow, look at this. It's a discount zone and it's inside of a premium, right? And you're going to mark that out and you're going to take that trade. And the reason why it's going to lose is because you're not looking at everything from the higher time frames. Remember, everything I just said in this video, I pretty much started on a 1 minute. I started on a 1 hour time frame, right? So even if you're a new student and you forgot to mark everything out on a higher time frame, look at how the body of that green candle closes above, you know, that fair value gap, even though it's inside of a premium zone. So now, even if you did take that trade, you should probably be looking to get out. Okay. The other thing you can notice too when you're reading price action is this, right? Let's say you was using this order block on the 1 minute time frame. All right. Now let's look at this. Let's say you was using this order block. It hits the midpoint. You got overzealous, right? You didn't wait to see how it reacted or if it was going to close below the midpoint, which it did not, right? Look at how it closes above the midpoint. See right here, if you was in that trade, I would be getting out of the trade. This is the market giving you a chance to get out before it's too late, right? And it does this all the time. This is how I know. I almost could even buy this dip right now just to prove it to y'all that it's going to continue to go back up. But I'm not going to do that, right? Just take my word for it. I've watched this price a million times, and I know this is what it does, right? So if you was in that trade for a sell right now, it wouldn't be the worst thing because at least you're not counter trend trading. But if it gives you a chance like this to get out, you may want to take it. But who knows? It may keep going down, you know? This is a significant move. A quick 30-point move from the midpoint of this order block is not bad. But me personally, I'm looking at the bigger time frames. I want to see it go up there and take that liquidity where my yellow circle was at, and then go deeper into that order block that's on the 1 hour time frame. So this is how they get me when I'm in school, because I would have maybe even tried to take that trade right there from that order block. But these type of trades will get you in trouble, especially if you do not know how to get out. Some people may get in on that 1 minute order block and try to ride it all the way down when it gave you a quick 30 points. You should have taken it, but it comes, experience. It comes from experience to know to take that, because it's going to continue to go up and sweep liquidity and go into that 1 hour order block. Notice how I still have not made a trade. When you learn all of these things, when you go on ICT channel, you learn all of these things. That doesn't mean you have to start using it every time it happens. You're waiting for the time and price and everything else to line up. So it is 10:16 right now. In the perfect world, it will go up there and sweep this liquidity soon and tap into at least the midpoint of that fair value gap. All right. Tap into this right here. This is the midpoint of that fair value gap right here. It is 10:17 a.m. Eastern time. Imagine if you was in that sale and now the market is coming back against you right now. Do you get out, right? Even if you was floating into a little bit of profit, or maybe you was, close to break even, do you get out right now? Are you still waiting? Are you watching? Are you confused? So all of those things are a part of reading price action too. Even if you was in a trade, you have to be quick. You have to, because you may make a mistake, You may get in too soon. You may have the perfect analysis, but get in too soon or anything like that. And this is why if you're trading distracted, let's say if you're at work or you're in school or you have to watch the kids, something like that, yes, it's going to have a big effect on your trading. Gave you another opportunity to get out. Just came down here, swept this little swing low right here on a 1 minute time frame. Now we want to see what's going to happen. Is it going to sweep it and start going back up or what? But that's all I essentially look for when I'm reading price. I'm looking for swing lows and swing highs. How is the candles reacting? Right, this body right here did not close below this swing low. Now look how fast this green candle is starting to move. All right, well, I guess it's not moving that fast. I thought it was going to go back up. It still didn't close below that wick. The market is really making people feel like they missed out on the trade now. But let's see if we get a body close below this swing low right here. I want to see if a body is going to close below there. So now we have all of this small liquidity. Building up. I'm just waiting for the market to go up there and take this. All of these smaller swing highs. And I'm going to delete this 1 minute order block off of my chart soon. Actually, I'll wait. If you was in the sale on that order block, it gave you 1 million opportunities to get out. It gave you 1 million opportunities to get out right there before it turns you into liquidity. This is why learning how to read price action is so important, because, you know, you can learn from ICT and you can make the right decisions. And it's not that you're doing anything right or wrong, but you might not be quick enough. You know, you might not understand liquidity all the way or something like that. So So I already swept the first one, the first yellow bubble that I had on there, which was the liquidity zones that I was telling y'all about. Let's see if it's going to sweep anything else. If it don't sweep anything else, I might take that trade. I don't know. Still look kind of risky, honestly. starting to look like we finally about to see this run on liquidity that I've been trying to point y'all eyes to. And the reason why I can kind of know that it's going to go back up and take that liquidity is because we're looking for a big move to the downside. And if it happens this AM session, then it's probably going to start happening around this time, 10:30, as we get closer into the afternoon session. So let's see what happens. It still could just sell off from here too and not do what I wanted to do, and I'll just miss that trade for today and come back tomorrow. Because we also haven't seen it, break these highs. So it's hard to really know. But you should definitely be only looking for a sale on this day. That's something that you should know for a fact. All right, so we finally starting to see a sweep on this liquidity right here. Like I said, today is such a slow market. I'm almost falling asleep even watching this market, but you know, so far, you know, we have been calling out everything that's been going on, so I'm just waiting to see if the market is going to give me the trade that I want. It could definitely sell off right here as well if we don't see a close above this high right here. And if you do want to take this trade right here, then you just have to move, you know, you got to put your stop loss right here. Put your stop loss right there. Pretty good risk to reward. Even though it just went down. Screw it, I'm going to take it. Let's see what happens, man. They might turn me into liquidity right here, y'all, because I'm being impatient, but it went up there and it swept the highs, and it don't seem like it want to, you know, go up too much higher. So we're going to jump in this trade right here. See what happens. You know, we're only risking 0.25%. So, you know, win or lose, we won't really be too heartbroken about it. I didn't even get the entry that I wanted. You know, 150 was the entry that I wanted. 134 is the entry that I got. So that's a big difference. But I wanted to jump in this trade before it took off if it was going to come down. You know, get in the trade with small risk. Let's see what happens right here. Are we going to see a sweep on this liquidity or no? I'm going to be extra safe with this trade because, you know, it didn't really go as high as I wanted it to go, but we just jumped in with a small risk so we don't miss out on everything. Let's see what happens, man. This market is moving so slow. I was hoping it was going to actually break that low right there. All right, now let's see if this is going to be the real move or what, or is this just more consolidation? Because that's what it feels like I'm trading right now. I'm not going to lie. At this point, if I could just make 150, close enough to a half of a percent, I'll be happy. But I would prefer for it to go down and at least give me, 1.4%, 1.5%. We're just waiting for a big drop now. There we go. I just want to be careful in this market today because we know that we have red folders coming out tomorrow. So once it dips under, I'm going to start trailing my stop. Come on, if it's going to continue to go further, I want to see some speed. I want to see some speed. Come on. Come on. Break through it. Let's see how it respects this order block right here. I should be able to at least put this in break even territory for now. Okay, we're going to put this in break even territory, and then we're going to come back over here and grab it again so we can trail it back down. It went up there to touch that order block. Now it's melting a little bit. I want to see some fast movements right now. At least get it down to the 1080s. That's what I want to see. I want to see some fast continuations. We got some lows over here. Come on, I want to see have some fast moves down here. Break below this low. Can we get it done? Very tempted to just take this trade off, honestly. This is not the type of price action I want. I mean, it is, but I want to see it be more faster. And I'm looking at how it reacts off of this 1 minute order block right here. Did not respect that 1 minute order block. Let's see how it respects this one. Okay. Still got one last line of defense. We still got one last line of defense, and that's that order block right there. All right, we're coming back into our last line of defense. Let's see what happens, y'all. Should I have got out of the trade, or is they going to take me out for a break even? Right now, the market needs to be moving fast to the downside. If it was going to hit up there, it should have hit, and then we want to see it start to come back fast. Okay, that's a good sign. Some good price action right there. The body didn't close within that order block on the 1 minute. Let's see if it's going to respect this wick. Midpoint of this wick right here. See, hit the midpoint of that and come back. Nope, did not respect that wick. That's not a good sign. But I'm going to hold off. It's either they're going to stop me out for break even, or this market going to keep running. I don't want to take my trade off yet. We do have our stop loss and break even. This is a risk-free trade, so we don't have to really worry about nothing too much right now. All we have to do is be patient and learn how to read price. That's all we have to do. You know, win or lose, we're here to learn. And that's what we're doing. So we're not going to really be stressed out too much. Either way it go. Let's see where we're at. I wanted us to keep going at least to the midpoint of that wick that we pointed out. Remember on a 4-hour chart, I pointed out the midpoint of this wick right here. I wanted us to keep going until that, but who knows what's going to happen. So if we're looking at it on Trade Locker, for our time frame, TP is in the perfect spot. So this is a risk-free trade. TP is in the perfect spot. Let's just see if we're going to get it. This is how you set up a good trade, pretty good trade, you know. Whenever you could be in a trade risk-free and just floating profits, that's how you know it's a pretty good trade. It's moving so slow, though. It just makes me want to get out so I can carry on with my day, honestly. I need to be studying, and here I am watching the market. But, you know, in the perfect world, I would have already flew down there and hit my take profit, and I could have went on about my day. But sometimes this is what you have to deal with. So you may say, well, why not just trust the algorithm? ICT always speaks about the algorithm. Why not just trust it? Well, you can never trust the algorithm. You know, one thing you can trust is taking the winning trade and building some confidence for the next day. It helps out a lot. You know, I'm not trusting it. That's why I put my stop loss to break even. As a matter of fact, I might even put it up here to about 83. Start trailing it. But I feel like I know where it wants to go. I'm just mad that it's taking so long to get there. Now, any other time, if I wasn't inside the trade, it would have been there in like 20 seconds, you know? So I'm probably going to trail it right here. If it stopped me out, it stopped me out. I have to secure something for all of my hard work. to see it really start to fall right here. Make some type of move. It makes me want to trail it even tighter. There we go. Come on. Come on. Come on, man. This market is the slowest of all time. Trying to have patience, but jeez. You know, I'm closing it. I'll just take the 0.5%. Call it a day, man. Appreciate y'all for watching this video. I have things to do. I wanted to hold it for TP, but there's no way I'm going to sit here forever and ever. And sometimes you have to just reward yourself when you make a good trade. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Hope y'all learned something in this video. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, turn on that bell. And if you like this type of content, leave a comment down below. Let me know if y'all want me to do more videos like that or not. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Look, y'all, it's finally going down as soon as I got out. So, peace.